My Weirder School, Book Number 7. Miss Kraft is Daft. Written by Dan Gutman. Pictures by Jim Pillot. Chapter 4. It takes brains to be a sub. You know what it means when your teacher gets sick? It means you get a substitute teacher. Yay! Having a sub is cool because you don't have to do work or learn anything. You can do whatever you want. It's too bad teachers can't be sick all the time. Then school would be fun. I pulled out a comic book and put my feet upon my desk. This was going to be the greatest day of my life. But you'll never believe who ran into the door at that moment. It was a lady dressed up like a clown and riding a unicycle. She ran right into the door. "Ouch!" said the clown lady as she got up off the floor. "That hurt." Everybody laughed because it's always hilarious when people crash into things and fall down. Nobody knows why. If you ask me, there should be a TV station that shows nothing but people crashing into things and falling down all day long. That would be cool. "Hi, boys and girls," the clown lady said. "My name is Miss Kraft." "Are you a clown or a teacher?" asked Andrea. "Both," said Miss Kraft. "I'm a clown and a teacher. We're going to have fun and learn at the same time." "That's impossible," I said. "Don't be a grumpy Gus," said Miss Kraft. "Watch this. What's 2 times 1? 2, we all shouted. Miss Kraft put her hand up to her face. Then she pulled a red handkerchief and a blue handkerchief out of her nose. "And what's 2 times 2? she asked. 4, we all shouted. Miss Kraft pulled 4 colorful handkerchiefs out of her nose. "And what's 2 times 3? she asked. 6, we all shouted. Miss Kraft pulled 6 colorful handkerchiefs out of her nose. It was amazing. "Wow!" we all shouted, which is Mom upside down. "How did you fit all those handkerchiefs in your nose?" asked Ryan. "Easy," said Miss Kraft. "I took my brain out." She reached into her pocket, and you'll never believe in 1,100,000 years what she had in there. A brain! Eek! Everybody screamed, even the guys. Emily, the big crybaby, was hiding under her desk. "What's the matter?" Miss Kraft asked her. "I'm afraid of clowns," Emily said, whimpering. "Clowns are creepy." "Well, she's right about that. Clowns are creepy. Nobody knows why." "There's nothing to be afraid of," Miss Kraft said. "Would anybody else like me to take out their brain?" Me, shouted all the boys. Miss Kraft went over to Michael and put her hand on the back of his head. When she pulled it away, she had another brain in her hand. "Eek!" Emily freaked and went running out of the room. "Sheesh, get a grip. That girl will fall for anything." "You should take out AJ's brain, Miss Kraft," said Andrea. "He never uses it." "Oh, snap," said Ryan. "Yeah, take out my brain," I said. Miss Kraft came over to me and put her hand on the back of my head. When she pulled it away, she had a third brain in her hand. Then she threw all the brains up in the air and started to juggle them. "Look," said Miss Kraft, "I'm juggling brains." Clowns are weird. Chapter 5. Clowning Around. Miss Kraft was still juggling the 3 brains when Mr. Klutz came in. "Ah, I see you've met your substitute teacher," he said. "Miss Kraft just graduated from Clown College." "They have colleges for clowns?" asked Alexia. "Oh, yes," said Miss Kraft. "This year I took classes in magic tricks, unicycle riding, and advanced balloon animals." "Cool," we all said. "When I get bigger, I want to go to Clown College," I said. "I'm sure your parents will be happy to hear that, AJ," said Mr. Klutz. "I just wanted to come in to assure you kids that Mr. Granite is fine and will be back tomorrow. Until then, I expect all of you to be on your best behavior, just like you would be if Mr. Granite was here." "I'm always on my best behavior," said Andrea. "What is her problem?" "Good," said Mr. Klutz, "because I know what happens when there's a substitute in the class. I was a boy once, you know." "Just once?" I asked. "I'm a boy all the time." "No, I mean that I used to be your age," he told us, "and we used to give the subs a hard time. But if there is going to be any bad behavior in here, there are going to be suspensions." Mr. Klutz left the room. "Hey, do you kids want to see a cool magic trick?" asked Miss Kraft. "Yeah," we all yelled. "Watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat." "You don't have a hat," said Ryan. "Oh, you're right," said Miss Kraft. "Then watch me pull a hat out of my rabbit." She waved her arm around, and suddenly there was a big puff of smoke. When the smoke cleared, she was holding a rabbit. "It's adorable!" yelled all the girls. Then Miss Kraft waved her arm around again, and there was another puff of smoke. When the smoke cleared, she was holding a big top hat. The rabbit climbed out of it. "Wow," we all said, which, as you know, is Mom upside down. Miss Kraft did some card tricks and coin tricks for us. Then she sang a song while she played a banjo. After that, she did a funny clown dance, gave us candy, and made us some balloon animals. Miss Kraft is cool. This was even better than having a regular sub. We didn't have to do any schoolwork. Plus, they brought in a clown to entertain us. Having Miss Kraft as a sub is like going to a birthday party all day long. "Is everyone having fun?" she asked. "Yeah," we all yelled. "I wish you were our teacher every day," I told her. Chapter 6. The Big Bang. Miss Kraft is the coolest sub in the history of the world. We were going to play games, eat junk food, and have fun all day long. "What are we going to do now, Miss Kraft?" asked Alexia. "Yeah, are you going to make more balloon animals?" asked Ryan. No, said Miss Kraft. Are you going to give us candy and cookies? Asked Michael. No, said Miss Kraft. Are you going to ride your unicycle and juggle some more? Asked Emily. No, said Miss Kraft. Then what are we going to do? I asked. Turn to page 23 in your math books, she said. What? I think my jaw dropped open and my eyes popped out of my head like in the cartoons. But, I stuttered. I thought we were going to play games and have fun today. We played games, Miss Kraft said. We had fun. Now it's time to learn something. No! This simply could not be happening. I looked at the loudspeaker on the wall. I was sure we would get called to a surprise assembly, or maybe there would be a fire drill, or maybe an asteroid would destroy the Earth and school would be cancelled for the rest of our lives. Something was sure to happen, so we wouldn't have to do page 23. But nothing happened. We all pulled our math books out of our desks. Yay, said Andrea. I love math. Why can't a chuck full of math books fall on Andrea's head? Are you really going to teach us page 23? Asked Neil the nude kid. Of course not, said Miss Kraft. I don't know anything about math. Mr. Bongo is going to teach you page 23. Who's Mr. Bongo? We all asked. Miss Kraft pulled a white sock out of her pocket and put it on her hand. This is Mr. Bongo, she said. He's my friend. Sock puppets are weird. Whoever thought up the idea of making puppets out of socks was a dumbhead. And I'll tell you, this was the lamest sock puppet in the history of the world. It was basically a sock with two big googly eyes on it. Hi, kids, said Mr. Bongo, even though we could totally see Miss Kraft's lips moving. Turn to page 23 in your math books. I opened my math book and turned to page 23. That's when I saw these horrible words. The 11 times table. No, not the 11 times table. Anything but the 11 times table. Mr. Granny taught us all the times tables up to 10, but he never got to page 23. I always wondered what was on page 23, and now I found out the horrible truth. My friend Billy, who lives around the corner, told me that the times tables can only go up to 10. Billy said that if you try to multiply numbers higher than 10, the earth would fall off its axis. And if you get all the way up to 11 times 11, you get sucked into a parallel universe. And you travel back in time until you get the Big Bang when your head explodes. Billy knows all about stuff like that. He told me he knew a kid who tried to multiply 11 times 11 and the kid's head exploded. That is a true fact. I told everyone on the playground about it. Okay, let's get started, said Mr. Bongo. 1 times 11 equals 11. That's easy, right? Are you sure you want to do this? I asked Miss Kraft. Don't talk to me about it, said Miss Kraft. Talk to Mr. Bongo. He's the one who's teaching the lesson. 2 times 11 equals 22, said Mr. Bongo, because 11 added to 11 equals 22. We really shouldn't be doing this, said Michael. It's very dangerous. 3 times 11 equals 33, said Mr. Bongo. I have to go to the bathroom, said Ryan. Later, said Miss Kraft. 4 times 11 equals 44, said Mr. Bongo. I'm scared, said Emily. 5 times 11 equals 55, said Mr. Bongo. If he gets to 11 times 11, I whispered to Ryan, we're going to get sucked into a parallel universe and travel through time until our heads explode. 6 times 11 equals 66, said Mr. Bongo. Make him stop, begged Neil the nude kid. Please make him stop. 7 times 11 equals 77, said Mr. Bongo. He's getting close to the end, said Andrea. 8 times 11 equals 88, said Mr. Bongo. I want my mommy, said Emily, who was hiding under her desk. 9 times 11 equals 99, said Mr. Bongo. Help! Shouted Ryan. I'm too young to die. 10 times 11 equals 110, said Mr. Bongo. Goodbye, cruel world, shouted Michael. Everybody was hiding under their desks, holding their hands over their ears and freaking out. 11 times 11 equals... This is it, I yelled, closing my eyes. I'm going to miss you guys. 121, said Mr. Bongo. I felt my head to see if it had exploded. All the pieces seemed to be there. I peeked through my fingers to see if the world was still there. Nothing happened. The only thing that was different was that Mr. Klutz was standing in the doorway. What's the meaning of this? He yelled. Why are you children hiding under your desks during a math lesson? We don't want to get sucked into a parallel universe, I explained. Mr. Klutz looked really mad. I thought he was going to suspend the whole class, but he just turned around and stormed down the hall. Okay, so my friend Billy was wrong. We didn't get sucked into a parallel universe and travel through time until our heads exploded. I still say sock puppets are weird.